Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I want to introduce you to Parallel. This is a trading card game on Base, and they are part of a much larger ecosystem actually called Echelon Prime Foundation. Very similar to what Immutable did with Gods Unchained, and it's getting a lot of attention right now. Earnings are pretty decent, and there's even a free-to-play route for people. So let's jump right in. Okay, so as I mentioned, they're part of the Echelon Prime Foundation. There's Parallel, that's the trading card game. They also have this Colony AI game, which is really interesting. Definitely check out, they have a video on YouTube you can see about that. AI won't even always do what you say. It's kind of like a survival Sims type game. It's actually really cool with what they're doing. But of course, this is a bigger gaming ecosystem. Get grants to build games on their platform. You can work with them. They're doing a lot of really cool things. So it's nice to see that this is a much larger ecosystem. It's not just the game, but of course the game itself is tapping into the Prime token, which is part of the larger ecosystem, everything that they're doing. And actually, if you take a look at the market cap, which we will here in a second, you can see that they're actually doing quite well. Like they're within the top 10 right now for highest market cap GameFi listed on CoinGecko. So let's take a look over here. You can see we're at 725 million market cap already. It's been on a bit of a tear since March during the last kind of pump we've seen in GameFi. I really like the total supply, the triple ones. We can see we're at an all-time high of 28, and it's sitting at about 18 right now when I made this video. But the reason this caught my attention is a lot of people have been telling me, hey, the earnings are good. I'm making a couple $100 or more a month. And it was like, okay, well, how does that work? And there's actually, that was the hardest thing, was to figure out how do all the earnings work. So I want to break it down for you guys. There's a couple different collections. We've got cards, cosmetics, avatars, comics, and companions. Now, the cards are interesting because you've got a 40 card deck, but you can buy these NFT cards, and actually when you have 35 or more out of the 40 cards as NFT cards, that's when your earnings go quite high. So there's a cliff, you could say. Anything less than 35 NFT cards, you are earning a little bit of a modifier. It's modifying your earning rate, earning prime during matches, but once you get past the 35 cards, that's really when you're actually starting to earn a lot better. So there's that one option. You've got the NFT cards, you want at least 35 of them out of the 40 in your deck, then you've really kind of activated the earning sides from that. Now, there's more, right? So not just the cards, we also have cosmetics, but those don't impact the earnings at all. They are purely just cosmetics, but you can see the cost on these are generally pretty cheap for that reason. However, avatars, has a huge impact on the earnings as well. We can see that the floor is 0.6 ETH. That's about $2,600 at the time of making this video. This does have a big impact on your earnings. There's as well some other benefits that the avatars give you. But I would say this is probably one of the most important things to pick up if you are trying to work towards the earnings. The cards are kind of the cheapest entry because you can work on getting some of those cards, getting some of the earnings. Then the avatar, I would say, is the next part. There's also these companions, which are pretty cool. Those are a little expensive. But then there's also these keys. So it's like, okay, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different things that modify your earnings. Now, what's unique about the keys is you can only have one active at a time. So you almost want to be careful which one you're purchasing. The overclock key, which we can see is the most expensive, is generally the one I'm told is the best because it activates based on your win streak. So I think that's why most people are going for that one. That's 1.3 ETH right now. But I found this awesome cheat sheet that does look like it's out of date, but it has most of the right information still on it. So I thought it was good to show you guys. We've got the avatars, we've got the keys. You can see like with the overclock key, it increases the amount of prime with your win streaks. The galaxy key is a random amount of prime when equipped, so the keys you kind of have to be careful with. You only want one active. Like I'll give you another one. There's a prismatic key, for example, random amount of prime for women with selected faction. What kind of selected faction? Is it random every day? Does it change? Do I have to pick it? So you can kind of work your way through the keys, but you've got the avatars, you've got the NFT cards, you've got the keys, There's even this thing called the core, and apparently the core allows you to get 1 more win per day, because right now there's only 5 wins per day that you're allowed to earn on. That's how they're controlling the emissions, but then this core gets you that last one. So that's the main aspect on how the earnings work. There's all these different components. Now you can do this completely free to play. There's actually 25 rogue missions that you have to complete, 5 per faction. There's 5 separate factions. You can almost think of it similar to Magic cards, where you've got the 5 colors. I used to play Magic competitively. In fact, just a few months ago, I was playing competitively before I came here. I'm really picky when it comes to trading card games. And just to be frank, I haven't found any in Web3 that were very good, you know? And this one is getting my attention. I think they have something here. There's a lot of layers of complexity. They even have a bit of a stack where you can interrupt people doing things, which I think is incredible. The combat system is really well. I might argue that this is the best card game that I've seen yet in crypto. So because I'm very skeptical of card games, I was a little hesitant a long time ago when I heard about this. Now that it's picked up a lot more attention, I dove in, I started playing it. I am having a ton of fun. And I thought, geez, if I'm actually enjoying it, considering how critical I am on card games, I need to get this out to you guys so that you can see it as well. So there's this cheat sheet as well, which I thought was really cool. Shows you exactly how the game works. You've got 30 life, there's 40 cards in your deck. Start with 5 cards. The max hand size you can have is 8. Your turn, basically you draw, there's turn actions, and there's this thing called banking, where you take a card from your hand, you put it in the bank, that gives you an energy. Do this every turn to gain more energy, it casts higher costing cards, but when you do bank a card, you get to draw a card at the end of your turn as well. So effectively, you can be drawing 2 cards in any given turn, as long as you're banking. We can also see all of the keywords here. These are like abilities. So for example, Armed is kind of like first strike in Magic. They get to do their combat damage first before anything else does. And then also it shows you how the card is broken down here. There's card type indicators, energy costs, parallel icon, the name and function, unit attack, keyword icon, unit health. Once you understand that, it's pretty straightforward. But the complexity of the combat is something that I really love. Now I've got a referral link down below for you guys to get started. It plays right on your PC. Actually, the lore is also really nice. I thought they did a good job at tying in this sci-fi universe, which is really kind of the theme for the whole Echelon Prime Foundation, I think. And it's similar to the Colony AI game as well. So if you want to try this out, click the referral link down below. We'll both get some sweet rewards. Like I say, there is the free-to-play route. I highly recommend you just give it a try, see what you think. You can even compete and play with free-to-play to earn your way up to getting some of the NFT rewards as cards, earn your way into getting the earnings. So this is something I've been really enjoying over the last week, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more videos for you guys in the near future. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate everyone that subscribed to the channel. See you all in the next video. Cheers.